Now let us discuss this idea of enlightenment or the age of reason. This term enlightenment is usually referred to the age of reason. So what is enlightenment? Basically it is the age of reason. That means reason, rationality is the only source of knowledge or only basis of any true knowledge. However, when you look at the Enlightenment tradition in Europe, it covers several ideas and intellectual tradition and was made up of various and often conflicting strands of thought. So there was difference between German Enlightenment, from French Enlightenment to Scottish Enlightenment, and there was various strands of thought in within this overall project of Enlightenment. However, what binds these Enlightenment thinkers together was an attitude of mind and a mood rather than a common body of ideas in which human reason and self-actualization were given primacy over other things. So in all the Enlightenment thinkers, what you will find is the primacy of individual and how that individual will actualize his self or herself through the use of reason, and that was given primacy to everything else. So even the political organization, state, nation, community, economy should pave the way for the individual to actualize his self or herself, and that is in a way sums up the whole modernity project. That is the state, market, economy, community, everything is there for the self actualization of individual, and only that individual are capable of actualizing himself or herself who are capable of or daring enough to use his her own reason rather than guiding by the reason or other guardian classes, and this we will discuss when we will discuss Kant's views on enlightenment. So that sums up the varied varied strands of thought that is there in the enlightenment, that they give primacy to the human reason and the self actualization over everything else. So growth of self consciousness, increasing awareness of power of man's mind to subject himself and the world to rational analysis was the dominant feature of enlightenment. So if you try to understand what was enlightenment, it was this growing self awareness or increasing understanding or faith in human mind that would subject himself or the world to the rational analysis. The faith in the power of reason to investigate successfully not only nature but also man and society was the dominant feature of enlightenment, and this was this feature which helps human being to take control of his her life. So in the beginning, especially if you look at physics or natural sciences, their idea is how to use nature or control or tame the nature through say engineering or other domain of scientific knowledge, is to achieve human control or mastery over nature. But enlightenment is not just about human mastery or control or taming of nature, but also how to organize society and self according to the rational principle, and that is the whole motto of enlightenment. They argue that not only politics be subjected to rational scrutiny, but political arrangements and institutions could be reconstituted along the rational lines as well. So the whole basis of state and the government in modern time is based on the consent of the people, and these people as individual are considered to be rational, knowing what is in their best interest, and therefore choosing the government which is best suitable to serve their interest. So the whole political arrangements in a way is based on this enlightenment thinking of human being or the power of human reason as the source of human action for organizing the life in a better manner, which will provide the individual a space for self actualization and so on. So the critical attitude towards authority, particularly religious authority, led to constant questioning of all accepted values, particularly those of the religious values and beliefs. So, what brings enlightenment? What brings the age of reason is the constant scrutiny or challenge to all forms of authority, all forms of beliefs or prevalent dogmas and so on. So, the creative fusion of scientific investigation, the Cartesian transformation of philosophy and classical revival shaped the discourse of enlightenment. Scientific revolutions such as Copernicus and Kepler in astronomy, Galileo and Newton in physics, Descartes and Leibniz in mathematics was significant as it emphasized the point that the human observation and evidence should be the basis of all knowledge. And it is not just applied to science and scientific inquiry, but also in the domain of philosophy and the knowledge of society or human self.